Hi everyone, it's Marie here and I'm back today with my December daily, day 6 for 2022. Today's photograph is huge. I've printed it as a full A4 sheet. I'm just trimming the edges off now. My plan for this is to do a sort of a double page spread, but not quite, because the photograph isn't quite big enough to go across the full width of both. So there'll be one full page and then there'll be one that's half the side back, maybe like 2/3 of a page, so just a slightly smaller page on the right hand side. So I'm sticking this directly onto the back of day 5. Now I do make a mistake here, so I still have not yet realised that day 5 is too big, and the page itself, you can just see it there, the page itself is just too wide. And I haven't thought ahead and checked it or whatever, and I've just kind of gone ahead a bit blindly, and not realised that it's not right and it needed chopping down. And then I punched the holes in, so there's absolutely nothing I can do on that left hand side of the page, and realised very quickly that I'm going to have to just make a few trims. I do the absolute best I can. When I put it into the album, it is actually just too big to even fit in the album. It hangs out the edge, so I did need to do something, and I don't know if I have filmed how I fix it, but if I haven't filmed it I will explain it to you how I managed to fix it. But I've backed half of it onto that the back of the musical paper, onto that lovely stripe, so I didn't need to put any more pattern paper in there, and I was more than happy with how that looked. Now I would have loved to have had that continue across onto the other page as well. Unfortunately I did not have enough paper to make that happen. In fact I think I've got the tiniest little strip of it left, so couldn't make that work. So I've pulled out this dotty paper instead. Now the reason that the dotty paper works, I think, is because of the way that the photograph looks quite dotty with all of those sequins. I'm doing the same idea here that I did on a previous page, I think it was day 3, where I've cut the photograph to make a slot for some tags to hide in. So I'm actually hiding some of my journaling behind the photograph itself, and you'll see me do that in a minute. But I'm just currently taking off the double-sided sticky, lining it up best I can and sticking that down. And then I'm going to trim that. Or do I? No, I don't trim it down. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. I do not trim it down. I leave the rest of that dotty because I also have several other photographs that I want to include from the same day. So this is from a Christmas market we went to, a local one, a really small one. We'd not taken Elliot to the big Christmas market that my husband and I went to. We thought it would just be too busy, and it really was. But this one was a local one. It was lovely and quiet, really nice. So we took lots of photographs. Now this was one of the shops in the little town, and they always do the most magnificent Christmas displays. And this year, they've got 2 big windows, and what they'd done at one side was a big Christmas display, and then at the other they'd literally dressed the window as a giant present and left it like that as a sort of well, I'm assuming as a photo opportunity, because there were loads of people there taking photographs. So we took this photograph and I just had to blow it up. It just looks amazing. It's quite dark, it's quite sparkling, it's quite hard to find papers and things that have matched in with it without making it, right, either overwhelming it or changing it or whatever. But I think I'm happy with it in the end. So I've chosen 2 more of the photographs we took in front of the present to go on the front, with that photograph, as you can see there, with the large photo. And then I've got another one that I'm just going to tuck in there, and it's of all 3 of us again, but just in front of the Christmas tree this time. So that one didn't quite match with the page, and we decided that one would be the one I would hide and then have my journaling on the back of there as well. So just popping a little bit of baker's twine on there, tying it a little bow, trimming the ends off, and that's going to get tucked in to my photograph. And then it's time to start embellishing. Now I kind of wish I'd thought about this beforehand and planned out what I was going to do regarding embellishment, but I didn't. I just kind of was winging it a little bit. In the end, I'm really pleased with how it turns out, but there's a lot of faffing now, because that's the basis of the page, and it takes me absolutely ages to figure out what I'm going to do regarding a title, what I'm going to do regarding embellishing the page, because to me at the moment it's lovely, but it's too plain and I want lots of detail on this. So I know I kind of go backwards and forwards and I try lots of different things. One thing I love about alphas and stickers that come with a clear backing, although not great for the environment, I realise, with the plastic, I do prefer that because you can place the items kind of on the page without peeling them off and you can see whether they work. Anyway, we've got a few pieces starting now. I've decided to go with a present theme because obviously the window was meant to look like a present. I thought that would be perfect. So I found in my Simple Stories stash here, so again, this is Baking Spirits Bright and Holidays, and probably a bit of Mix and a Mingle as well in there. This character person wearing a hat and gloves carrying this big pile of presents, and that seemed to fit on top of my two photographs really nice. I love the way that looked. That seemed to work ideally for the page, so that's getting stuck down straight away. Definitely going to have that up there. And it kind of just finishes off that little cluster in the corner, and I've kind of ended up with a corner of embellishments and that present as well. And then my number 6 gone up in that top corner, and then we're back through the sticker book to try and figure out what I'm going to do regarding, am I going to put any phrase stickers on there? I and ah, and I go around in circles a little bit. Sometimes you can have a really clear idea in your head of what you want a page to look like, and then you come to make it and you realise you're not quite sure how to finish it off. So I did actually walk away and come back another day. Now what you have not seen me do at this point is trim this page down. I've taken my trimmer to this page and cut off as much as I can to try and get it in my album without cutting off any important parts. So it just took me a while. So I did lose some of that stripy, but then I decided to put that scalloped border down the left hand side of the left hand page, and it kind of mirrors the spotty paper that I've used on the right hand side, and it covers up the fact that I've ended up chopping off basically all of that stripy paper at that side. And then I find this Holidays title on one of the sticker sheets, and I just think that looks perfect and balances then the page off really nicely and gives that real, I just love the way that it's all kind of come together in the end. It's not quite how I imagined it, but I've managed to sort of make it work for what I wanted. Now I'm going to faff around for a little bit longer with a bit more of a few more embellishments. I think I find some puffy stickers, and I do love that little cluster there. I wanted that down at the bottom, but it just felt too big and it was covering up too much of the page. But I did find some more little presents in the ephemera pack and on the puffy sticker sheet, like I said. So I'm just wanting to stack a few more around those photographs to really frame them. And that's it. And I end up leaving it there. I'm so happy with how it turned out in the end. Thanks ever so much for watching. Please do come and follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Peartree Papercrafts. And if you don't already, please consider liking this video and subscribing to my channel. And I will see you again soon. Bye for now.